back. It's Uncle Mike, and it's Coach's Corner number 3. We are here with Adam Leonard this week. Going to try to get a couple players, but they're got a quick practice today. They're going to turn themselves around. Like to thank a couple sponsors, Lewis Auto Glass. We truly appreciate your support. And one of our new ones, we've got Import and Classics. And they're right here on Ohio Street. If you're looking for a car, that's the place to go. And they'll take really good care of you. And we really appreciate everybody that turned out for our Mark Skolton first annual Memorial Golf Tournament yesterday. It was a blast. Everybody had a great time. We raised a little bit of money for some scholarships for kids, which is going to be great. But we really appreciate everybody coming out and being a part of that. So this week, big contest. The Bayhawks are 0-2, and they're going to go against Anacortes, who's 2-0. And that'll be out there in Anacortes, 7 o'clock game time. Make sure you join us on MMB Broadcasting. Make sure you like us, thumbs up, share it. We really have had a lot of views. When you go to bed at night, just go ahead and turn on the game and let it run. We just need some run time is what we need right now. So stay tuned. Make sure you hang out with us. Adam Leonard coming up next.
Thanks to Schwab Tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Les Schwab Tires.
Hey, Uncle Mike back with Coach Adam Leonard. Coach's Corner number 3. Coach, got a lot to talk about. We're gonna slim it down. Lakewood came out. You fired up, playing hard. Tell me what happened.
Well, we came out and, third, fourth play from scrimmage, they caught us on a deep pass, but I thought we responded well. We came back. We were really controlling the pace. We're pounding the ball with both Tyler Frost and Joe Harwood. I mean, when you get those guys going and with our offensive line working and just the way those guys run the ball, I mean, Joe is shifty at 6'4" and he's strong and he runs people over. But then Tyler Frost is an absolute train. So we controlled the clock the entire first half. We won the possession game, but some guys got dinged up and we were missing 8 defensive starters coming into this game from the previous week at Chiefs Health. So you go in there and you have you're a little bit you're lacking in your strength, but you come out there and we had a game plan, and that was to slow the game down a little bit. We slowed it down best we could, but we just we need guys healthy because that's a game right there. It's a 7-7 game, 14-7 game. They get a last minute score, kind of a little bit of a backbreaker, but it's still a ball game at halftime. Yeah. The score doesn't reflect I would say both the time of possession and how much we dominated running the ball.
What was amazing to me was penalties. There was so many penalties on Friday night, both sides, and the referees spent so much time huddled up together. I thought they were talking about their reservation at Denny's, but I don't think that's what they were talking about. I mean, a lot of things was going on. And I've not seen you in a long time as fired up as you were Friday night. I mean, your whole staff was fired up. There was a lot of things that were going on.
I like to play clean football. I like to go out there and play with our pads and play with the physicality of the game, but I was warned by a couple different schools in town that Lakewood can be a little bit chippy. They can play with a little bit of an edge, and for the most part, a lot of high school teams are like that. They were more than usual. There were more unsportsmanlike personal fouls, and I say late hits. I'm not going to say we were guilty, innocent of that. We had a couple too, but. It just kind of throws the flow of the game down a little bit, which I don't like. I like clean football, hard-hitting football, and it wasn't that. There were a lot of huddle ups. I didn't know if they were discussing their Denny's reservations because, I coming back, I'm like, no, they tried to mark off a penalty and I was like, no, the ball comes back here. That's where the play occurred. So there was a lot of figuring that out. But at the end of the day, the officials got it cleaned up, and I thought they did a good job. Losing some guys in the second half, that was tough too. So.
Right. Let's go back to the first touchdown. I have never ever seen a high school athlete, maybe even a college athlete, do what Tyler Frost did to that poor young guy from Lakewood. I mean, he just absolutely trucked 3 guys, took guys 5-6 yards into the end zone.
I mean, we're running a simple trap play. You know, they brought pressure. They know we're gonna, you know, we're basically lining up saying we're gonna go double tight. We're gonna go I formation. We're gonna run the ball right here. You try to stop us. Well, you know, they brought pressure, but that poor young man that came from outside linebacker, and Tyler Frost threw him around like he was an 8-year-old. And I mean, but you're talking about a 6 foot, 250-pound running back that's strong, aggressive, and just has a streak in him where he just wants to run through you. And I told the guys at halftime, I said, even on the next drive, whether we're running dive or toss sweep or trap, Tyler was taking their soul. And I could see it in the look of the eyes. After that run, they're like, this guy is no joke. I don't know. I watched one play where he was running a toss sweep with a Gabe Lee blocking, and the corner did not come up to make the tackle. He just kind of faded into the pile and said, someone else tackle him or go out of bounds, please.
Yeah, almost thought he was a revolving door.
Yes,
yeah,
everybody calls that a business decision for the DB. But that's what Tyler can do, and I think we found who our running back is going to be as we move forward for the rest of the season. He's coming off a hamstring pull that just keeps aggravating. So as we get into the end of the week, you know, we're hoping that he's ready to go, and just slowly but surely, week by week, it flares up less, and he's more, you know, he's still playing not 100%, which is pretty scary because he was playing downhill, physical, and really liked what he did.
Yeah. Yeah, so did I. I mean, it was amazing. Joe gets his first passing touchdown, threw 3 interceptions, but had a better week.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Joe's progression is week by week is getting much, much better, and that's what we want from Joe. You know, this is his first year playing QB. We're asking him to do a lot, play the toughest position in sports and come out and play it in the toughest division, toughest conference in the state. And, you know, we're just relying, and Joe has such athleticism, his ability to run. He's got a cannon for an arm. He comes out there, you know, his original look on that play was to Milo on a post corner. Well, Milo comes out his break. I don't know if you noticed, that field was kind of a mess.
It was mess, man. It was so slip.
It gets that dew on it. It's got that cork. Yeah. So guys are slipping, you know, both sides all over the field. Milo goes to run his corner route, slips down. Joe looks through his progressions, boom, sees Aiden Puller in the back of the end zone, makes a sliding catch, great play. So it's good to get that first one for Joe. Now he'll just build upon that, and we'll be going from there.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about injuries. You talked about having 8 guys out. I just watched as they walked down the sideline here as practice is over. Got the mash unit going. Got crutches. You got guys wrapped up. You got Tyler, like you said, with a hamstring pull. What else you got?
Oh no, we got Tyler with a hamstring pull. We got Kaiser with a hip injury. Poor Nate Loss went down and walked through with a hip injury that's going to require him 2 to 6 weeks out. I mean, even guys that you walk out here and seem healthy, Joe got dinged up. Gabe Van Hofwagen went through a concussion protocol.
How about Stone?
Jordan's kneecap was, kind of dislocated. He actually might play this week, which is the crazy thing. Jordan is a really tough kid, and I don't know if medical attention is something he seeks, but I think he's the type of guy who's like, let's wrap me up and get ready to play. So that's a possibility. Well, and Bly Henderson, obviously one of our superstars, not having him last week, and he's having an MRI on Thursday. We're going to see whether or not it's a bone or cartilage issue. If it's not as bad as we think, he could probably tape up and play on Friday. So we're really hopeful for that. And so, we're wishing, praying, and hoping that he's ready to come back out. But guys are just dinged up too. Right. It's not like whether or not they have injuries; they're just not 100%. So, and that's the game of football. Usually, don't see it in week 2 and week 3, but we're seeing it right now. So maybe there's good things as we continue on as guys heal up the rest of the season.
Jordan Stone did a great job in the backfield for you. I mean, took that ball and just ran it right down Lakewood's throat a couple times.
Yep. He did. Jordan is just a physical guy. I mean, on defense in the first quarter, he had 3 sacks. Yeah. And, one of our plans was, with some of our guys in the secondary out, was to bring pressure and just hope that we can get to the quarterback before they get the ball out. And we did that a few times and really kind of kept it in the game. But as guys tire, some guys get injured, it kind of, unfortunately, they did a good job too. And I'm nothing to take away from Lakewood. They have some good athletes.
Yeah.
They're a team that's going to, try to get in one of those last playoff spots. And I think, unfortunately, that's a game we needed to win. But there's a lot more games left, and a lot of things happen. I've seen, the games you expect to win, you don't win. The games you don't expect to win, you come out victorious. Things happen. This is, high school football. So, any given Friday, I guess.
Let's talk about any given Friday. You got a big one Friday night. I mean, everyone's big in this division, in this league. I mean, we are probably the #1 league in the state of Washington. But you got a big game against Anacortes. They come into Bellingham last week against Seaholm, just absolutely light the Mariners on fire. What do you think? I mean, in the last 2 ball games, I think they're averaging about 40 points between the 2 teams that they've beat already, averaging about 40 points a ball game.
They're a tremendous team. They're coming off a state championship team, and even though they lost their starting quarterback and some interior line, they're probably better this year. Yeah. And that's saying a lot. They're a team that I think is going to be, they're in the state tournament at the end of the year. It's a great challenge for us and a great opportunity to go to their place. They get big crowds. For our kids, it's going to be great to go out there and watch a huge crowd. Kind of rowdy. A little bit more of a intimate, close environment on the field. But we're ready. We know what they do. We know who their athletes are. They do it really well. And credit to Coach Justin Ports over at Anacortes. He took a program that just as early as 4 years ago didn't even have a varsity. Yeah. They went varsity, independent schedule, state semis, state championship. Here they are trying to keep it going. So you know what I say? Great opportunity. Let's go see what we can do.
That's right.
And it's a game probably people don't expect us to win, but I think that we stop the run well. And if you ask Coach Gavin on the defensive side of the ball, he goes, we match up better against Anacortes than we do Lakewood, just because we love stopping the run.
Stopping the run, you
bet.
So,
they have quite a few Division I commit guys over there, but we're ready to take on the challenge, and another great opportunity for Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, it's going to be a great environment. Like you said, great crowd. I think the local radio station's doing the game on the radio that night, and we'll be doing our broadcast, so you're going to have a lot of media there. And I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. I mean, even though you go into the Lions' Den, you just never know what's going to happen.
That's why you play the game.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why they don't determine winners and losers at the beginning, and then they go send them off to the playoffs. And I just heard some news today, too, because of the depth and the strength of the Northwest Conference schedule. They were always talking 4 teams. They're talking 5 teams now. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the season they're talking 6 out of a conference of 9, just because I truly believe we are the SEC. We are the top conference in the state. And Anacortes could be the number 1 team overall class, too. Yeah. Not just 2A, but overall class. They're definitely the number 1 team for 2A. But if you start looking at all the teams in the state and the other conferences, our guys that might be finishing 7, 8, 9 in this conference could be, conference champions in other parts of the state. That's right. The crazy thing about the strength of the Northwest Conference. Some people kind of give that's tough that we play in this conference. Or it's like, wow, we get to play in this awesome conference, where we have a whole bunch of, future college players and just great coaches and great environments. It's a fun place to be.
It is.
So like I say let's enjoy it,
right?
And take advantage of it, because it's just it's going to make us all better. It's going to make these kids better. It's going to make us tougher players, and we'll see what happens Friday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Sure appreciate you. You're the man. Hope you're doing all right. Hanging in there.
You're the man, Mike. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. I'll be right back.
Experience and trust has made Lewis Auto and Residential Glass the Northwest's leading choice since 1929. Whether it's on-the-spot rock chip repair or replacing your windshield, we have been trained and certified to strict national standards to ensure your safety. Our residential division offers the latest in vinyl windows, showers, mirrors, cut, and custom glass. Locally owned and operated since 1929, Lewis Auto and Residential Glass in Bellingham, Linden, and Mount Vernon.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us for the number 3 Coach's Corner. It's in the books. Adam Leonard, once again, what a great interview that guy is. He is so intense. It was so great to watch him and his staff just go absolutely crazy. If you haven't watched the game, go back and watch it. That's the reason why it's on the YouTube channel. You can watch it all the time. Great game against Lakewood. Came up a little short, as we talked about, but Anacortes this week, another day to shine. Never know. Appreciate everybody joining me. Thanks so much for my sponsors. Thanks so much for being a part of the MMB Broadcasting family. We appreciate you. Thumb us up, subscribe. Make sure you definitely share us with your family. Thanks so much. Look forward to seeing you Friday night under the lights in Anacortes. Uncle Mike saying goodbye now.